There's a lot of comedians who are really in pain, and then those are the ones that don't talk about it enough. Like, that's the thing that we don't get. Like, the comedians that go on stage and talk about how sad they are, how fucked their life is, 9 times out of 10, they're not really like that off stage. But it's the comedians that go up there and say, life is great and blah, and have all these really, really great jokes, and they protrude this very positive and I'm always okay mindset. Those are the ones that often are feeling the worst.
Yeah.
And I can attest because I've been that comedian. You know what I'm saying? I've been that comedian where it's like, you don't know Chris is fucking going home and just being depressed as fucking contemplating suicide. You don't know this.
Right.
Because when I'm around y'all, I'm like, what's up? Whoa, because nobody cares. And that's the mentality you have. And then, it also comes from a place of like, people that appear well-adjusted don't get checked on. That's real. And it starts kind of like if you think about school. Like if you think about your elementary school, the kids that got the most attention were the kids who were the very smartest, the 1%, and then the other 10% that were just terrible. They were just the worst kids. They got all the attention. All the kids in the middle, because they just seemed like they were holding steady. Right. Like, you seem like you're doing good, so you don't check on them. But when you get this comedian that goes on stage and is always sad, and then you start checking on them, are you okay? It's like, nah, that motherfucker's just telling jokes. Yeah. That's a stage persona. But it's the motherfucker that is helping everybody out, that's supporting everybody else that you need to check on, because while they are very supportive and helpful, they're taking on a lot of trauma from people, because people then start saying, well, I'm going through something. Let me call this person and talk to them about it. Yeah. And then that person, because they're compassionate and they're empathetic, they listen to you and they feel bad for you because like, fuck, you're really going through some shit.
And they haven't fallen apart just yet. They're like, well, I still got some empathy to give. Yeah. Here it is. They're that 70% that you're talking about in that classroom. Yeah. That gets overlooked. Yeah. And the thing, it's interesting that you bring that up, man, because I've known you for a long time in the comedy community, and we become friends over the years. And yes, you're absolutely right. When you were going through your shit, you couldn't have convinced me of that. Yeah. Because I always saw you so well put together at the shows. Because here's the thing, as comics, the one thing that we base everything off of is, well, how did he do on stage? Yes. I mean, you telling me all this shit, and I hear all this shit, but how did he do on stage? And because of your ability to perform and just your natural gifts on stage, a person like myself would have never thought anything about that.
It's because of our condition to see different things.